Hello and welcome to Stage Screen and In Between. I'm Helen. Tonight, you're in for a fabulous night of comedy and interviews here at the Elks Club in Huntington on Long Island. Stick with us. I'm here with Fran Petito, who is the president of N.Y.Sportscene Children's Foundation, and we're here tonight for a fabulous night of comedy in conjunction with the Long Island Sunrisers. Fran, this is going to be so good. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's a little different. It's a little different type of event. The Sunrisers needed a little bit of help, so we decided to jump in, and we're at the Elks Club in Huntington, so we're very gracious hosts are fabulous. Mike Cutino has put a lot of this stuff together. We have great comedians. We have a great audience, about 125 people or so. And it's just a different type of fundraising event.
Yeah. And who's going to benefit from this, Fran?
Well, the N.Y.Sportscene Children's Foundation does a holiday party for 750 children and their caregivers, as well as filling two shelter food banks that we have to do before the holidays, and we have numerous gifts to do for a shelter as well. So we have a lot of kids we're taking care of, and the children that come to the holiday party, as you know, because you're always there, which is a lot of fun this year. We're going to have Sal Valentinetti performing, but
cool.
You only heard that here on Helen's show. He has a new CD out, so we're helping him promote that. Wonderful. So that'll be fun. We have the Junior Marines will be displaying colors this year instead of our active duty. We thought it was an important message for children to understand that children do appreciate the flag, and perhaps they can teach their parents the benefit of patriotism.
Oh, that's great.
So that'll be a little different this year. And it's a breakfast with Santa.
And what is it that the Long Island Sunrisers do?
Well, they're a drum and bugle corps. Our founder, Mike Cutino, was a Long Island Sunriser not that many years ago because he's really quite young. However, his dad in the early 50s was also a member and got him into it. So it's very near and dear to his heart. Yeah.
That's terrific. And tonight, some of the comedians are Stevie GB, right? And who is some more?
Rick Morgan. Rick Morgan's going to be here. You know, these are very local people. They've come out to help a cause. They do a great show, and Rick Morgan does a tremendous job as producer and everything.
Yeah.
So.
And then some of them also, they play in Vegas, they play in Atlantic City, Caroline's in New York, in Manhattan, right, in New York City. So they play the gamut, and I'm looking forward to a night of fun. I really could use one.
Yes, and absolutely. And just to kick off the holiday season and get everybody ready and raise some money for the kids. And this year at our holiday party, we will have Cohen's Cancer Center, outpatient oncology will be coming. St. Mary's Hospital in Bayside will be coming. We have a whole shelter that really in dire need. 140 people are coming from there. So, you know, these are the types of events that we do, and we encourage you to get involved. You can visit the website at www.newyorksportscene.com/Children's Foundation, and you can get more info and make a donation there.
Thank you, Fran.
My pleasure. It's always a treat.
Get ready to start the show. I'd like to welcome you all to the Elks Club of Huntington. Thank you to our hosts. Tonight's event is for the Long Island Sunrisers, and there'll be a few people that will tell you very quickly who they are, what they do, as a drum and bugle corps for a long time. Our founder of N.Y.Sportscene Children's Foundation is Mike Cutino, and he was a Sunriser as a child. His dad was a Sunriser as a child. And it's because of Mike Cutino that I get to do what I do every day, helping people. And you folks are all here because of Mike Cutino. So Mike, would you come up and say hello?
Thank you, Fran. Fran has been with me for 40 years. 40 years. And whatever we do for the Children's Foundation, it's not because of me, it's because of Fran. This girl was put on this earth to help people, and it's all she does. We have a Christmas party for underprivileged children. It's going to be about between 700 kids. We bus, I don't know how many orphanages in. It's going to be at Leonard's. Wow, 550 orphanages. They have nothing, and Fran puts it all together. It's at Leonard's this year on December 16th. And everybody's invited if they have a child between 2 and 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime! My name is Rick Morgan. I'm a storyteller, joke teller. I'm also in therapy. Give me a big hand. Thank you.
I am with comedian Rick Morgan. Rick, this is so exciting tonight that we're going to watch you perform, and we're doing good, right?
Ellen, it's a pleasure to be here, to be interviewed by you.
Oh,
Really, absolutely. We're going to have a good time tonight.
thank you so much. How long have you been a comedian?
About 30 years.
Really?
About that.
Really?
I started basically as a host for shows because I was not pleased with how the MCs operated. Their introductions were blah. They were sometimes derogatory, especially to women coming up to the stage. And I'm the type of guy that would always walk a female comedian to her car after the show without groping her. Really,
A rare breed. Now, do you also tell stories?
I'm a storyteller, joke teller.
Okay.
I tell adult jokes. I ride the blade. I'm on the edge.
You're on the edge.
It's adult humor.
Who were some of the comedians that inspired you?
Just too many, from George
Like
Carlin.
Johnny Carson?
Yeah, Johnny Carson was great. Jack Parr. See, I'm going back. I'm dating myself. But I was a little kid. I was like 5 or 6 when I watched Jack Parr. So I ain't that old. Okay.
So now you play at some of the clubs in the city, correct?
The New York Comedy Club I performed at, Caroline's, the Broadway Comedy Club. A very good friend of mine owns that club, and we go all the way back. He started off as a comedian, he became a club owner, and now he's getting his feet back in comedy again. Al Martin, he's quite a celebrity. In fact, he's in Israel right now. He makes the money so he can go abroad. God bless him.
Did you ever work a cruise ship?
No, I think they'd probably, deport me. They'd draw me off at some port someplace because I wouldn't be able to control myself.
What do you do if somebody heckles you from the audience?
I don't get hecklers. I only had one heckler, and that was when I first started. And you make a comment back, and you just relax. And I don't go into the audience. I don't insult anybody. I think that's one of the worst things that you can do from stage. The rest of the people in the club might really enjoy the one person being the victim, and that they aren't. But that's the victim is very horrified, mortified.
It makes me uncomfortable when someone gets ribbed too much. When they go over the edge.
Have you ever been ribbed?
No.
No, well, blondes have more fun, that's why. Really.
Now, do you have a website where somebody can find out more and follow where you're going?
No, I'm just basically on Facebook. I don't believe in the websites and stuff like that. I had one guy call me up sometime. He wanted to do a show, and he said I was recommended. He goes, do you have a website? I said, no. He goes, well, you should. This way people can get hold of you. I was, well, you got hold of me, didn't you? Yeah, that's the point right there.
Right.
If you do good shows, that talks for itself.
That's right. So let's look for Rick Morgan on Facebook, and we're going to see a bit of him tonight. You don't mind if I tape a joke or two, do you?
No, I don't mind at all. In fact, I like it. If I can get a copy of some segment, or you can send it to me, that's wonderful. I'd really appreciate it.
Other than being on various TV shows, all my shows are on YouTube. You'll be able to see
I'm
it.
on YouTube also.
Okay, so that's great to know. Rick Morgan, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Ellen, thank you. The very last weekend of October, this cab driver picked up a nun for a ride, and he kept staring at the nun in the rearview mirror. After a while, she catches on. She goes, why are you staring at me, my son? He goes, oh, sister, I can't tell you. She goes, you can tell me. I'm a nun. I've heard everything. He goes, well, sister, it's like this. I've always had a fantasy to make out with a nun. She goes, okay, number one, are you Catholic? He goes, yes, I am. She goes, number two, you're single. He goes, yes, I am. They pull into a side alley, and the cabbie realizes his fantasy. When they're done, they pull out onto the major highway, and the cabbie starts to cry. The nun says, why are you crying, my son? He goes, oh, sister, I lied. First of all, I'm not Catholic. I'm Jewish. Secondly, I'm not single. I'm married. The nun goes, that's okay. I'm really not a nun. My name is Kevin. And I'm on my way to a Halloween party.
The Huntington Elks Lodge. And aren't you like the first woman in 80 years?
I'm the first woman in 88 years to be the Exalted Ruler of the Huntington Elks Lodge.
But you're the first one.
The first one. There's never been one before.
Because 88 years ago, it definitely wasn't a woman.
Yeah.
So you're the first one. How
It's
exciting,
amazing, isn't it?
How did you get in?
Well, I originally got involved by helping them out with some marketing and PR stuff because I run a public relations marketing company.
Oh, what's the name?
It's called Nightingale and Nightingale PR. Okay, so, and then
Does it have a website?
Oh, it does. www.nightingalepr.com. Yep. Okay. And so I got involved with helping the lodge with some stuff, and the next thing I knew, I became a member, and they do such great philanthropic work. It's amazing. So then we went from that, and then I became an officer, and one thing led to another, and they elected me as the Exalted Ruler of the lodge.
That's wonderful. And it's just terrific that the New York Sportscene Children's Foundation is partnering with the Long Island
with the Sunrisers and the Huntington Elks Lodge. And what's amazing is they do all such great work within the community. We do scholarships and we help the veterans and all kinds of great philanthropic work, and so do the other two organizations, the Sunrisers, the Drum and Bugle Corp, and the New York Sportscene Children's Foundation. It's just amazing. It's such a natural connection for all the groups to come together.
It's good, and they help so many people in need. Well, congratulations to you. And it's my honor to meet the Grand Poobah.
Oh, thank you. And
I'm
thank you
dying
for
to
being
say
here.
that. The Grand High Exalted Poobah.
Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us.
And give a warm welcome for our darling, our Palma Florentino.
Let's keep it going for Rick Morgan. This is nice. Yeah, I was recently in Atlantic City, and now I'm here at the Moose Lodge. We got the Long Ranger in the corner over there. We got Kenny G over there. This is great. My career's really going places now. Next week you could come see me at Taco Bell. I'll be there. So after all that, I got a boyfriend. And my friends used to say, I cannot believe you let your boyfriend go out with his friends. He's a good-looking guy. Aren't you afraid a little hussy's not going to pick him up? I'm like, not the way I dressed him. He's like, babe, are you sure this sweater looks good with these culottes? I'm like, yes, now take this fanny bag and go.
I'm here now with David Hobart, and he is the director of the Long Island
Sunrisers, Drum and Bugle Corps.
So tell everybody, how did you get involved with that?
I've been in drum corps, I would say, since 1988. Started off in upstate New York with the Rochester Patriots. Moved on to the Troopers out of Casper, Wyoming. Then started working with the all-age corps. And then I found the Long Island Sunrisers. So I decided that this was a group that I really wanted to be part of.
Oh, okay. Now, they march in parades and you do special events, am I right?
Yeah, the Sunrisers are part of the DCA circuit, the Drum Corps Associate Circuit. We do competitions throughout the United States, Northeast primarily. We have been placing top 10 in the world in the past, I would say, about 5 years. The Corps has, over the past 50-some-odd years, taken home 7 championships from DCA. Wow. So we are moving back into that trend.
Oh, okay. So now how important is an event like tonight?
It's very important. I mean, what the Sunrisers is doing here, we're partnering with Mike Cutino.
And New York Sportscene Children's Foundation.
Yes, of course. And, along with our Elks Club, our Elks Lodge here in Huntington, New York. And this is such a great event. It gets a lot of community out there, gets a lot of awareness for both organizations. And it's something where we can get involved with the community and talk about our organizations. It's great.
So today you were telling me that you had some kind of tryouts. Can you explain what that is?
Yes, we had our open house, which is what most drum corps do at this time of November. It's where we open up the drum corps community to the drum corps community. We invite everybody who has never tried for drum corps.
What is the age range?
The age ranges from anywhere from 14 in our organization up to 53. We have somebody at the age of 53. It's mostly...
You say that like it's old.
Well, the thing is, our organization is primarily geared to the youth. The 53-year-old is somebody who's able to move around the field at 187 beats per minute. Wow. So you have to be in fairly good condition. We have physical trainers that work with us.
Really?
We do, and we have Our staff is built from many teachers from across the island. We have some people from New Hampshire, Boston.
How often do you have to practice?
We practice in the winter. We start once a month for the month of November and December, and then January we move into every 2 weeks. We'll have a rehearsal weekend, and then every weekend from the end of April through Labor Day weekend.
Okay, so this isn't really for beginners, though. You have to be a musician to do this, right?
Well, that's not necessarily true.
What?
That's not necessarily true. We have members in our group that have never played a horn before. So our goal is to teach them. So, and then on the opposite...
What instruments exactly are involved?
The instruments that we have are, we have trumpets, mellophones, baritones, primarily brass instruments. And then we have percussion. You have the marching battery, and then we have the front ensemble, which is marimbas, xylophones, and concert-type instruments. So, again, I just want to circle back that we do have all ages of members in our groups, and the older members help the younger members excel in their skills. Yeah. So, and we have drum corps is also all ethnic backgrounds, all races, all sorts of economic conditions. We have it all in drum corps. You could be a lawyer, doctor, attorney, and then you could also be a custodian at a school to a dishwasher at a high school. Yeah, it's great. Drum corps is a community. We're a tight-knit community. And we're very proud to be here on Long Island, and many people don't know about us here. But that's why we're here, is to show the word that we're here and we're striving.
Well, do you have a website where we can find out more and find out how we can join or watch you?
Sure, we're at lisunrisers.org. Sunrisers.
Thank you. lisunrisers.org, and find them on Facebook.
Also seen him on News 12. He's a big celebrity. He's a Groucho Marx series of plays. He's very, very entertaining and very scintillating. Put your hands together for the world's funniest accountant. Stevie GB.
Keep it going for Rick Morgan. Everybody make some noise. Yeah. It's true, I'm an accountant. I know you're surprised, right? I know you look at me, you think construction worker. Get that a lot. Professional wrestler. I hear that. And that's all right, this doesn't work out. I got a future in film. Harry Potter, The Golden Years. I'm thinking The Search for the Sorcerer's Kidney Stone. By the time they're ready for me. It's good to be back. Is this Suffolk County? Make some noise, Suffolk County. Yeah. I'm from Suffolk County. I was on the road recently. I was in Nassau County. I live in Holbrook. Those people in Nassau act like I live in goddamn Kentucky. They're like, where do you live? Suffolk? What exit? Ronacon Congo? Come on. I'm like, that's right. Suffolk County. Why, we just got electricity last week. That's all right. You know how we get even with Nassau people? We give them directions. If they don't have a GPS and they have to ask us for directions, they're screwed. Oh, we start out okay, right? Yeah, where you coming from, the Expressway or Sunrise? That's it for road names. From there, it's make a left at the 7-Eleven, go down to the mobile station, no street names. I even got this once, make a left where the handy pantry used to be.
I have a very, very dear friend of mine coming up on stage now. And you'll really enjoy this guy. He was the cruise ship entertainer of the year, if that gives you any idea. Put your hands together and give it up for Peter Sasso.
I stayed away from Facebook my whole life. I didn't go on Facebook for all these years, but I went on Facebook for the first time this week, and actually I learned something. I learned that my wife is single. Thanks. I got married about 10 years ago. We didn't have much money back then. We actually had our wedding reception at McDonald's. It was our last happy meal. Well, my wife's a little bad. My 40th birthday, she hired me a stripper. I would have preferred a woman. But that guy could really dance. Actually, recently my friends took me down to see a stripper out in Jersey. She was 98 years old. 98-year-old stripper. I mean, she still had the moves, but they were involuntary. Terrible. So my wife tells me to go out and get something to make her look more attractive. So I went out and I got drunk. The other day she gets into the car. She says, what's that beeping sound? I said, that's a seatbelt alarm. She goes, how could you ignore something so annoying? Now my wife is doing Zumba. It's this big African guy. I don't know what's going on with that. My wife seems to think that women care about what they look like more than men, and that they spend more money on beauty products. I wasn't sure about that, so I took a little survey. I asked 100 women what type of shampoo they use while they're showering. 98% of them said, how did you get in here?
I'm here now with Jack Stein, and he is very important with the Elks Club. You want to tell everybody what it is that you do?
Sure. Well, this is the Huntington Lodge. I'm the secretary here. I'm also the state vice president for our district for this year as well.
Yeah. Now, how long has the Elks Club been established? How long ago was it established?
Well, Elks have been around for, it's going to be 150 years. This is their anniversary coming up.
Oh, that's nice to know.
Nationwide, yeah.
Are they going to have a big anniversary celebration?
Yeah, the national convention is in San Antonio, Texas this year, and they're having their anniversary this year as well. So it's going to be a big party.
Oh, okay. So now, how do you feel about having N.Y.Sportscene Children's Foundation here along with the Long Island Sunrisers?
Oh, it's wonderful. I'm in drum corps myself. I play with their rivals. I'm in the New York Skyliners alumni drum Bugle Corp. And Dave Hobart, who's now a member here. So we coordinate things, and it's great that they're doing this event, and that organization is involved. It's a great fundraiser.
Yeah. So now, do you also march in parades and things like that?
Yes, yeah, we do. The Alumni Corps basically does a few parades, and we do shows.
Yeah. Now, what is the motto of the Elks Club? You know, what is the reason that they were formed?
Well, Elks actually was started by actors many years ago, 150 years ago, and it just evolved into what it does today, and it's second to the government in scholarships. I'm the veterans chairman. I volunteer at the VA hospital a lot. I'm what they call VAVS, a veterans volunteer. And I'm very involved in a lot of veterans organizations. We're very much into veterans, youth. We have a great program in basketball called Hoop Shoot that goes nationwide. The national winners get their name put in the Basketball Hall of Fame. This particular district, which is most of Long Island, we run a sanctioned track meet in May. They've been doing that for about 31 years now. As I said, scholarships. We have a big drug awareness program. Very involved in the community to especially take care of our veterans, the youth.
That's wonderful. And this is also a very lovely catering hall that you have here in Huntington on Long Island. Now, is this a numbered lodge?
Yeah, this lodge is 1565.
Okay.
Is its number? Yeah.
Okay. Now, if somebody wanted to join the Elks Club, how would they go about it?
Well, just you could call us, approach, go down to a lodge and ask that you'd like to become a member and be involved and do good things for the community. That's what matters. You have to believe in God, and you must be an American citizen.
Oh. So, Jack, tell me, you have an interesting and important event coming up January the 6th. You want to tell our audience about that?
Sure. Last year at the Massapequa Elk Lodge, in January, we ran a drumming event. It was called Drumming for Veterans. We raised just about $3,000, which will go strictly toward the veterans program for the Elks in Massapequa. We had drummers from 5 or 6 different states. Some great world championship drummers came, played for 30 seconds or a minute and a half, sometimes 5, and actually dedicated their time on stage to a veteran that they knew.
So that's at the Elk Lodge in Massapequa on January 6th. What time can people go there?
Noontime. I think the show's going to start about 1. It'll go till maybe 4 or 5, and then we may have an additional show going on just after that.
Okay. That's a great heads up to everybody. Something to do in the new year.
All right.
Come on, everybody. I don't know what this stuff means. I just do it. I see all my players do this stuff. When they do something good, I really am a football coach. Do I not look like a football coach? 20 years, look at me. Look like more like a deranged water boy, don't I? You know what my favorite gesture is? Have you ever seen the guys do this? Anybody? Have you ever seen the guys do this? All right, look, people, I'm going to keep doing this. Until you people acknowledge that you know what the hell I'm doing. Otherwise, for the next 30 minutes, I'm just going to hop here on a little floor, like a little mental patient.
All right, yes, I see it. I know.